Now you are young, maybe you don't realize it, but life is very, very short.
Sometimes people think technology makes us lazy and it stops our mind to working on. How extend do you read that?
It's like a knife. A knife is very useful. You need it, but then it can be dangerous if you use it in the wrong way. My name is Gianluca and I'm from Italy.
Vincenzo from Italy,
How old are you?
60.
60.
55.
What does it feel like to be 60 in 55?
Well, maybe you are mature enough to know what you want and to avoid unpleasant situations. That comes with experience, and with experience you know what you like and you don't like. Then you are able to choose accordingly.
Do you think other people who are the same age of you feeling the way you think about world, or here's a little differences?
It depends. I wouldn't group people necessarily according to age. It's more about other things. Maybe your background or your political orientation or interests. Maybe if you had the same background in terms of studies or things like that. And in my opinion, this is much more important than age. For example, I get along very well with people much older than me or maybe even much younger, according to this common background, rather than just age. So that's why, again, maybe age is not that important at the end of the day if you have the right mindset.
55 is a long journey of your life. Is there anything you wish but you have done differently?
Maybe yes. I suppose sometimes I was a little bit afraid of judgment. Maybe I was a little bit too afraid of possible negative responses. So in that respect, maybe I wish I behaved differently. To me, the main message is always follow your true interests, what you really, really want, instead of other people are happy with what you do. It's much more important what you think about yourself than other people's.
What is the truth about life you wish more youngsters understood?
Don't be lost, because there are many, many ways to be lost. For example, I've noticed that a lot of people nowadays, they are just watching their phones. And this can be quite dangerous because, of course, immediately that gives you a little pleasure. It's nice. It's
Temporary.
Yeah, it's very, very temporary pleasure, but it can be dangerous in the sense that steals your time away from you. And that time lost is lost forever. So you will not get back. That's what I'm saying. Don't get lost. This is just one example, getting lost on the phone, but also in general, other distractions. I would suggest just to be focused on what you like. That doesn't matter what. You don't have to study, for example. Of course, it's important. Don't get me wrong. Studies is absolutely crucial, but it's not necessarily the only thing. Maybe you can be very happy in doing other things. So as long as you follow your true interest, that's what counts. And don't be distracted from that goal.
Sometimes people think technology makes us lazy and it stops our mind to working on. How extend do you read that?
It's like a knife. A knife is very useful. You need it, but then it can be dangerous if you use it in the wrong way.
Yes, of course, use the technology as a tool. Take the most of it, but don't be a tool of technology.
What is the best piece of advice you've ever heard or ever received from someone? It helps you a lot.
Sometimes the best advice is not through the spoken words, but through looking at examples. And that is the most effective ways. In my opinion, you absorb a lot from your parents, but not because they say something to you, but because you see what they do. And then you learn from their behavior, and you absorb their behavior, their ethics, and their values, and the rest of it. And the same was for me. I mean, not because someone told me in words, but because I felt their examples in their life. So for me, it was really, really important just
Just watching them.
exactly and seeing what they were doing with their lives.
And if you could go back in time to have a conversation with your younger self, what advice would you give to him to become better today?
Don't worry too much. I mean, you will make it. It will be fine. Don't over stress about things that at the end of the day they are not so important. Maybe that was my problem. I was really a little bit too anxious or too afraid of things. Maybe overreacting to negative situations or overly being preoccupied about the future, for example. I mean, that was maybe a little bit too much.
Exactly.
Yeah. So now I would say maybe a little bit less.
Let it go.
Yeah, let it go. Exactly. Yes.
Be open to new things and discover new things. So if you look back, you see that life is short. It looks old, age 60 years, it's old.
This is
So,
very important. This
that-
is very important. Yes,
don't
yes,
waste the time because
Yes. Yes.
life is short.
absolutely.
Life
Now
goes fast.
you are young. Maybe you don't realize it, but life is very, very short. So don't waste it.
Stress is also useful to push you sometimes, but you have to react. Don't suffer. Use it.
Use it on the right way.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
exactly.
true.
Yes.
That's true. Yes.
Thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. I really enjoyed,
Yeah, yeah. Me too. Thank you
Thanks.
so much. It's been a
Have a
pleasure.
good luck.